Octbox fans, Rick Tyler here in the Octbox demo room. Now, what I've got in my knees is one of the pole rollers we used to produce about 10 years ago. Very popular item. We stopped producing it because the production costs just got a bit ridiculous. And for those who aren't familiar with it, you could basically make it one large single roller. The rollers in the middle were independent. It's got grooves, and the way it worked is the legs basically, once they're loosened off, would basically they would just fall to the various contours that was required. So the back legs could be parallel to the ground, and the front legs could be absolutely vertical. So for guys that were on natural venues, it's quite unique. So I know people will be interested in it. So the journey, why we've got this. So the video footage you're looking at now is me unloading my car, having come back from Tom Scully and Nick Speed, where I picked up a load of scrap. Now, on initial appearance, you can see it just looks like scrap metal for the scrap merchant. But looking through, you can see them pole rollers. Well, one of those pole rollers you can see there is the refurbished pole roller I've just shown you. So I'll show you a few clips now of the journey of us taking that scrap pole roller and bringing it up to A1 condition that we've got now. And we're going to be doing that on a number of the products that you can see that are scrap. Some items aren't worth saving and we'll probably bin them. And then we're going to put them on eBay, let you know by the newsletter that they're on eBay. So those guys, the guys out there that want one of these pole rollers, we've refurbished one and we'll be refurbishing the other three. And once they're gone, as they say in Lidl, they're gone. So I look forward to your feedback once you see the video and how we've done the work. And the message I want to send out to people is, just because it looks like scrap, a good clean-up, a lick of paint and some refurbishment work, and you've got it into a really nice product again that might be worth selling if you don't need it yourself, or if a member of your family has stopped fishing. In other words, we don't have to produce stuff to be a throwaway item. We can do it properly. We used to, and it'd be nice. It's nice that we can afford to do that. So I look forward to your feedback. See you next video. Tight lines. So, the pile. A lot of people will be looking at this and going, what are you doing, Rick? Are you a mental case? This should just go to the scrap heap. Call the scrap dealer up, weigh it, and just get rid of it. And there'll be a lot of people, the reason why I'm doing this project is there'll be a lot of people that may have had a relative who's, for whatever reason, not fishing anymore. And they'll be faced with all of this sort of stuff. Now these pole rollers, I'm just going to do it one project at a time. And these pole rollers caught my eye. Now this is the first model of pole roller we ever did. So I know all these pole rollers are at least 15 years old. Now what they don't seem to have with them is the extending legs that was part of the set. So I'm going to have to end up making some of them up, I think. Right, so this model is a model from about 10 years ago. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip everything down, give it a good clean. These plastic caps I'm going to remove. I'm going to insert 20mm pipe with a split pin, so when I put these legs on and they're doing the height adjustment to level the box, they cannot come off. Get all these rollers replaced. I may have some spare parts
which will be great because I can just replace them. I haven't got the longer legs, which obviously make a big difference, so I will take the spikes off, because in short mode a plastic cap will do more than fine there. But what I can do is I can then insert that spike into some 20mm pipe that I've already got, and I can make some extra long legs. So I'll start that now and put it on a newsletter that we're going to put on eBay, and then see what they sell for. So what we've got here is the frame of the pole roller, and you can see one of the things I've got to sort out is, if we look here, look, we've got quite a lot of deep scoring, and that'll affect the efficiency of the clamp. Now the later models, this model here we produced about 15 years ago. I can see there I've also got to straighten out some of these legs, which we can do because aluminium is quite a pliable material. Yeah, all these caps will be obviously removed. We'll strip it all down and prime it. Now, how am I going to solve this? Well, the later models, we actually fitted a 20mm core into this metal to strengthen it up, and at the end of that we put a hole with a split pin in, so that when the legs would be in adjusting to the natural height, they couldn't come off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this metal here, insert a spigot, and then insert another sleeve over that spigot so it meets, leaving enough of the spigot behind at the end for a split pin. So I'll go and get that done now and show you what the results are. So now we can see the sleeves have been cut. We've added the insert, which means now if I place a leg on, okay, as we lift it, it will automatically set to its height. But what we can do now is I can drill a hole in this sleeve, put a split pin through, which means as I'm lifting it and it's adjusting to the contours of the ground, it stays on. And that was a modification that transformed this. In terms of doing any straightening here, how I'm going to do that, once these caps are moved, I can insert a piece of pipe and then look down to make sure everything's true. Yep, you can see there as I look down, one slightly out, and once I've done that, we can strip all the paintwork down, prime it, paint it. The legs will be brand new, the rollers will be brand new. So we've been lucky that we've got spare parts, but even if you were doing this yourself, you know, you can easily clean the legs up. The reason why I've got to supply and basically make new legs is because although we got the frames back, we only had the mini legs, and I think this, if you're going to have this sort of pole roller, its adaptability to set to terrain is best when you want a sort of small to medium high pole roller. So that's the next step. So what I'll do now is I'll get the sleeves fitted, I'll get everything straightened down, we'll get it primed, painted, and then we'll show you the frame and the finished article, and we'll be looking forward to see what you think. So here you can see the spikes that second hand look quite a mess. So what I've done is I've got a drill bit, put some tape on so I can put it on. I'm getting some 60 grit sandpaper. And I'll keep on doing that until we've got it smooth enough to repaint. And so the actual legs, we didn't have the outer legs, so we've actually made these
from parts I had in the warehouse. So actually when this is finished together, it's going to have a long outer leg as opposed to the little short inners. New plastics, painted frame, and it'll be nice to see how it turns out. So as you can see, that's the leg now primed. Just got a top coat to go on, and the actual frame is now all ready. Straightened all of the ends up. It's just got the caps to go back in. You can see now I've used a thick primer which has filled all the holes between the seam of the collar that we put on there. So we'll just assemble it now and show what the finished product's like.